It's Tuesday, November 22nd here at the West End Gun Club. I'm out here on the upper rifle range, which is like the 300-yard pad. Came out here on Tuesday, took a day off from work. Been trying to get out to the range just to get some centerfire trigger time the past couple of weeks. Unfortunately, we've had some busy weeks during November, had some organizational events. We actually flew people in because it was a kind of a gathering of people because we have a lot of remote workers who are actually out of state. So we had kind of a week of events. So I kind of plugged up one of my weeks, and I think the week after I just had so many things going on as far as meetings and whatnot. I just couldn't take the day off from work. And I had to take one more day off in November. I already have one scheduled at the end of the month, but I needed to take one day off. And then like the week of Thanksgiving week was the week of Thanksgiving Day was the only time I could take that day off. So came out here Tuesday before Thanksgiving. Gonna shoot some centerfire, brought out my 6 Creedmoor and my Savage in 6.5 Creedmoor, which you probably haven't seen in quite some time. I've been thinking about getting rid of it, but it's gonna be hard to sell because I'm not gonna get any money for it. And it's kind of a shame to get rid of it considering it's got a McMillan in stock, but I'll show it to you later. But the other thing I brought out today, and excuse the wind noise if you can hear it, it's breezy right now, but I brought out a new tripod. If you follow my Instagram, you probably saw that I got a new tripod, another tripod. So this is the TFCT-34 from Really Right Stuff with the Anvil-30 ball head. And I didn't take off that little made in USA thing there, but this is a new tripod. Been pondering getting this for the beginning, right? I did acquire the, oh, wind's blowing. I did acquire the TVC-22i, which is the inverted one, which I really like, but I still wanted one smaller that could serve as kind of a field tripod. And this collapses down to about 23 inches, I think. I don't have the specs on me, and I don't remember off the top of my head what the specs are, but I think it collapses down to 23 inches overall length when it's down like this. And then I do have another lightweight tripod, which I bought before this recently, which is that this is a Traveler tripod from Gitzo. Sorry, I'm looking at it right now because it's used for my camera. I don't remember the model number off the top of my head, but I have that one, which I was going to get the Really Right Stuff. Sorry, I'm grasping for the model names. There's so many different products here. The Ascend tripod, the Ascend 14, which is their really light version, and it has like a special, you can get with a special ball head. I was thinking about getting that, but after I was thinking about it and I've read some reviews, I've only handled it once at SHOT Show, and that was a prototype. But I heard there was some torsional twisting when you have it set up. And for the cost of that, I understand why there would be torsional twisting because they're trying to get a lightweight tripod. You got thinner legs compared to these with these full-size tripods. I understand why there will be some torsional twisting when you have the legs deployed and you have your whatever your rifle set up on it if you were to set up a rifle. But for the price, I think it's about $1,500. I felt like I didn't want to spend that much for that kind of tripod and not get the support you can get from another $1,500 tripod. And so I opted not to get these in. I got that Gitzo Traveler tripod, which is great for just lightweight optics. I could probably support a rifle on it, but I wouldn't recommend it, like resting your rifle on it clamped up and like using it as a primary like support system as far as like kind of a turret. If you were just to set up a lightweight bag and a lightweight rifle, I think it would be fine. But I think it's mainly for my optics. It's just nice, lightweight. I can put my camera on it, throw it in my backpack, strap it to the back of my backpack, and it won't really be, much of an issue to carry compared to something like this. So different uses, but I have like a collection of tripods going on here. But anyway, let's break this out, show it off, and then I have a couple of targets set up, some steel targets. Brought my own 6-inch spring target, and I jacked one of the mini IPSECs out of Arcana's container here because I do have the keys for it, but I use my own hanger. We'll see if it holds up because right now it's on a 2x4 hanger on just sitting on the ground on like a leg base, a 4 cross base. And it's just sitting on the ground, it's not anchored in. So we'll see if it doesn't shift around, but we'll go ahead and shoot on that with the 6 at 6.5. misfeed here. That's weird. That's probably why I don't buy a Savage. I'm getting some misfeeds on here. That is weird. That is weird. It's not picking up off the extractor. Huh, that is weird. Try the sled. Don't know why that's not picking up. Huh. Well, so much for that. Apparently, I think the extractor broke. So I think this is one of the things that people have always complained about Savages. But the extractor doesn't seem to be springing back to allow the round to get under it, under the rim. So it's basically not catching and getting into the to the bolt face. So I'm gonna have to take a look at this, maybe ask my gunsmith to take a look at it. But yeah, this is, I think it's seized up or something. I'm not too familiar with the extractors on Savages, but yeah, it looks like this extractor probably gave up the ghost. I'll have to disassemble this thing and figure it out, but yeah, we'll not be shooting the 6.5 today. That is unfortunate. So yeah, definitely never had a problem with the Savage in 2003. Last fired this thing probably in 2019, 2020, 2021. So I don't know, it's been 15 plus years. Anyway, yeah. So plus one more, I guess, for all the Savage trolls. I know a lot of people hate Savage. But yeah, this gun is down. Let's go ahead and just shoot the 6.5. I was actually hoping to at least try to get this thing on 300 just for fun, given that I have no data. Because on my Kestrel, I have it for 140s. I can technically bust up my phone, use the bullet library, put in the 130 burgers, and then go, and it should give me good data. But I think it says 1.17 for 140s. I think with the 130s at this speed, I'd probably be doing about 0.9 for 300 yards. Anyway, we won't know because the gun's not working. Oh, I missed that. Wind blew me off. So while I was shooting off of the TFCT-34 with the Anvil-30, I lost my 5th round to the wind, not because the wind blew my bullet, but because the wind blew me off of target, my gun. And I realized while I was shooting after I unclamped it that the rifle's actually moving a little bit in the clamp, and I was actually able to get it to slip a little bit. And then, so this is my first Anvil-30. I took a quick look at it because I knew that really rare stuff wouldn't produce a clamp that wouldn't fit to their spec or fit a plate to their spec. As I quickly analyzed it, I don't have the instructions with me, and I was able to, you know, just figure out that, hey, there's this little wheel deal looking thing here. I'm pretty sure that's the way to adjust the tension. So what I figured out is, I'm sure most of you with really rare stuff clamps probably already know, basically release the clamp fully, you can compress the clamps by hand, and you can adjust the pinion wheel here to adjust the overall resulting clamp. As you can see, there's a little bit of gap there. So let's go ahead and tighten it like a little bit excessively to show that clamp is, sorry, the gap is a little bit reduced. Let's do it extremely, and if you notice, the clamp is kind of fully clamped there. So you can adjust as necessary to accommodate your plates or whatever. So we'll go ahead and release this a little bit. Sorry, this is a little bit of a pain doing this. There it goes. So basically just find the correct clamping tension you want for your plates, and you should be good to go. But let me just quickly double check where I'm at here. Kind of just do it by feel. That one's a little loose. Go ahead and adjust it. Probably come in about a quarter turn maybe until it sits. You don't want it too tight, but you don't want it too loose. A little loose there. Keep doing this. Sorry, I think I went out. Sorry, I should have went in. More, kind of dumb. A little loose there still, like a little more tension. So we'll come in another quarter turn roughly. That's about right. So we'll stick with that. I apologize, I didn't bring my long lens so I could get a view of the target. And as you already know, I don't have my trigger cam 2.1 as I sold that to Womfat, Matt Huey in Canada. And he's putting that to good use for his match coverage. So definitely check out his channel if you haven't already. Anyway, I'm gonna shoot a few more rounds here, but I'm pretty much close to done here. Just sort of getting a feel for this Anvil-30. And to be honest, I actually prefer the ball head simplicity over the Anvil-30. I think from a match standpoint, I would probably rather go with the leveling base. A leveling base isn't really meant to be your primary head, but it gives you, I think I get 15 degrees down and up. And I think this is enough articulation that I need for a match situation. And if you need more, you can always just do something extreme like get your leg extended on one side. But I like the simplicity of the ball, the leveling base. It's just this little turn, you know, turning motion there, as opposed to the Anvil-30's lever. That's just me. But I know people have their own particular preferences. But I actually am feeling I like the leveling base better. But the Anvil-30 definitely is more versatile, I would say. You can probably hear the hits. If I'm babying the bolt, it's because I'm trying not to fling up my brass too far because I don't want it going over the far edge of the berm. So I have to hunt for it. I'm just trying to baby it down so it drops down here. Oh, I can't believe I missed that shot. Oh, I can't believe I missed that. It's a big IPSEC too. It's because I'm putting too much pressure on the butt plate, causing it to move with this wind. My wind is moving me in the gun. It's not the bullet. So if you see Modern Day Sniper, they did release a public video on YouTube kind of defining how you should sit or, you know, stand with relevance to your tripod. You should be a little bit more upwards, kind of keeping your body straight. So technically I could come up a little bit. Let's safety on here. I could probably bring this up a little bit more and shoot a little bit more straighter. But, you know, I'm basically widening my stance to keep my body straight because they're saying that you gotta keep your back straight. You're not punching forward. I am gonna hunch forward with respect to the fact that I need to get my face to the gun, but I'm trying to keep my back straight. So I think my back is straight. And they also raised the point that maybe you want to bring the rifle out farther on the, you want to clamp closer to the muzzle to get more, keep a little bit more natural as far as the way the gun handles. Because theoretically, if you put it too far forward with the balance point, you're actually going to get more sway side to side. Because with your bipod is all the way forward, so why shouldn't your tripod be all the way forward? And I understand where they're coming from for that, but it's something I haven't really messed with. So we'll go and shoot that way just to try it out. You always got to try new things here, because you'll have less gun movement because of that. But we'll see. I missed. Hit. Came up here to pull in the targets. So I think this is not a half. It's either 1/3 IPSEC, I think. Either way, it's about, I think it's 8 inches wide, roughly, which still should be, you know, it should be easy to hit at 300 yards, but I was missing quite a few. Looks like I was aiming here, I was hitting mainly here. I think I sailed a couple over the top just because my tripod skills are lacking, and I put my popper target here, which I shot a few times. But yeah, I just borrowed this IPSEC target from the Conus container, and I had it sitting on this cross base, which based on the orientation, it didn't really move. So I think it's suitable for center fire, but didn't really shift. It's kind of dug into the ground slightly. I mean, this is soft dirt. If it was hard dirt, it probably would have moved around a little bit more, but it was sufficient to hold this target at 300 yards and not get thrown around by the center fire. So this is a Atlas Target Works base. You need to just have a 2x4 and then Atlas Target Works target hanger. Works pretty well, but I use mainly for rimfire, but apparently today it worked well for center fire at 300 yards. I snuck down here to a pistol bay because I want to do a little bit of pistol shooting before I leave with the Glock 19. But mainly, I wanted to put the Kestrel KST1000 shot timer through its paces as far as pistols is concerned. I've used it on the rimfire range with success. I actually tried dry firing with it at home because it does support dry fire features. It kind of does, kind of doesn't work. So there's a dry fire profile. I found it's not sensitive enough. So I increased the sensitivity on that, and it does pick it up. However, I can't have it on my belt loop or my pocket, like on my body, and it won't pick it up. I actually had to place it kind of on a high tabletop or a shelf, bookshelf, and then when I extend out, my gun is relatively near, like within a foot. The funny thing is, like a snap wouldn't get it to go off necessarily. However, the striker or the hammer falling sound does. So I'm not sure if they have a specific signature which works with dry fire, like it detects a certain like pitch, so like a snap doesn't work. Jostling it will, like if you hit it, it'll go off in dry fire mode. So that being said, dry fire is interesting. I'm not sure if I'll use it personally very often, but it is a great training aid, assuming it works well. But my primary reason for getting the KST-1000 is simply the durability and the ruggedness. As I mentioned earlier in prior vlogs, I've had failures with the other shot timers that I've had. CED-7000 works fine, but like one of the screens on my LCDs is kind of failing on the right side. The Pocket Pro 2s, I went through like 4 of them. You cannot leave them anywhere where it's humid. Like I literally left it in the bed of my truck. While my bed is covered with a tonneau cover, tonneau style cover, I left it in the bed of my truck. And so I guess, you know, during the rainy season when it's humid, I mean, it gets humid in there and I think it just soaked up the electronics and it killed it. And then I've had failure with LCD screens on the Pocket Pros, so I just stopped buying Pocket Pros altogether. Now with the KST-1000, Kestrel is advertising that they have the same ruggedness as their wind meters, like your the Kestrel 5700s and all the other wind meters. They were like waterproof, that you can drop them. I've scratched the screen on mine though, I'll admit that. But they have that same ruggedness on the KST-1000, which is why I decided to get this. The fact that it's waterproof means that I can leave it somewhere and humidity won't kill it. I'm hoping that it's drop resistant as they claim. I haven't tested it yet, I haven't dropped it intentionally, but hopefully it should stand up to that. Because if you drop a Pocket Pro 2, good luck with that. Like I've dropped mine a couple times and after a while they just start acting up. So yeah, that's why I just want to try this out with pistol while I'm here. And plus I want to get a little bit of trigger time because I just neglect my pistol shooting. Anyway, not much else to do here other than put some rounds down here and then we'll close down the vlog. I'm gonna go ahead and end the range vlog. I'm gonna pop off one more magazine and get out of here. Today's range day, not too bad. Granted, my Savage 10FP apparently is having problems, so I'm gonna figure that out. Probably ask someone to take a look at it for me because I'm not entirely sure why that Extractor is doing that. But I know Extractor failures and Savages are not uncommon. My 6 Creedmoor shoots fine. My tripod, my new tripod, the TFCT-34 with the Anvil-30, works great. I mean, although the Anvil-30, to be honest, I have to get used to it. I still prefer the leveling base over the Anvil-30 for shooting, but that's just me. I know a lot of people, the Anvil-30 is a little bit more versatile, but I like the leveling base, to be honest. But the form factor of the TFCT-34 compared to say my TVC-22i, unbeaten. It just collapses down better. It's smaller form factor. Short of getting an Ascend, that's kind of the best of both worlds in terms of stability and lightweight portability for a tripod. Anyway, Thanksgiving is coming up in 2 days, so happy Thanksgiving for those of you who celebrate Thanksgiving. Hopefully everyone has a good day and a long weekend if you have a 4-day weekend. For us at the West End Gun Club, we will be having the NRL 22 match on that Sunday. I believe that's November 27th. Today's the 22nd, so 23, 24, 25, yeah, 27th. November 27th is Sunday. That's going to be our match for the November Course of Fire. So if you're still interested in coming out and you haven't signed up, feel free to sign up for that match. Should be a good time. And then, reminder, the December match will be 2 weeks after that. We had to move it up since the 4th Sunday of the month is Christmas Day. So I believe it's December 11th, second Sunday, December 11th. That will be our December Course of Fire, our December match here at the West End Gun Club. Anyway, that's it for today, November 22nd here at the West End Gun Club. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next vlog.